And joining us now, fresh off that speech late last night, is Dr. Jill Biden. Dr. Biden, good morning. You're nice to get up early because I know it was a late night. You've given many. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. But we're in the same boat here. You've given many convention speeches after all these years, but never like this, never in an empty classroom. Do you feel you got your message across?
Yes, I do feel I got my message across. You know, the message was that Joe is going to heal this country just like he healed our family. And I think I wanted Americans to see that he's strong and that he's resilient and he's ready to take on the job.
I'm sure you're following the news. You've seen that the Postmaster General has decided to suspend those cutbacks that had certainly left him open to a lot of criticism. Do you worry about the election, the fairness of the election, voting?
You know, I think that all Americans really take their right to vote as sacred. And I think we have to do everything possible to ensure that every American has the right to vote, whether it's by mail or in person. Every American should have that right.
Are you concerned by what you've seen with the recent activity at the post office?
Well, I think that Nancy Pelosi is calling Congress back. I think she's gonna fix this.
Let's talk about schools. As we well know, you are an educator. You are a community college professor yourself. We've seen what's happened. Notre Dame just announcing they have to suspend in-person classes after a week. We saw it at other schools so far. Do you think it was a mistake to have college campuses open, just given what we know about college kids, frankly?
Well, you know, I think we have to listen to the experts and the doctors and the scientists. And when they say it's safe to go back, I think we should go back. I mean, I know that I'm looking forward to going back myself. So I think educators just cannot wait to get back into their classrooms. But we have to do it safely.
Tonight is, of course, Kamala Harris's big moment. You were definitely a part of that process, that selection process. Tell us about why she was chosen. Why did your husband choose her as his running mate?
You know, during the campaign, we saw Kamala as a strong, fierce woman, and she stood up for what she believed. And Joe wanted a strong woman on the ticket. And there were lots of candidates that brought all different strengths to the ticket. But Kamala, I think, is perfect. And we've loved getting to know her and Doug, her husband. And I've campaigned with him a lot. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun campaigning together. Well,
fierce is a word that could be described for you. You are said to be fiercely loyal. We'd all know and remember that Democratic debate back in June of last year. Kamala Harris really took it to your husband in a pretty personal way on the issue of race and segregation. Was that a tough hurdle for you personally to overcome?
You know, it was a debate, and we moved on from there. We've come together, and we've united. We hope to unite the country. So I think it's really turned into something quite positive.
Politics is tough. You're not a stranger to it. You've been in it. I think your husband's been in the Senate since the 70s.
Forever.
So, yes, forever. So you know it well, and you know how hard it can be. You got to have a thick skin. The president's campaign this week released an ad just really attacking your husband's cognitive ability, suggesting that he's lost a step or two in the last few years. As far as you're concerned, is that a fair attack? Is that something that should be debated as part of the campaign?
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, Joe's on the phone every single minute of the day, talking to governors who are calling him, and Nancy Pelosi. He's on the Zoom. He's doing fundraisers. He's doing briefings. I mean, he doesn't stop from 9 in the morning till 11 at night. So that, you know, that's ridiculous.
But let's talk about the campaign. I mean, polls have your husband ahead, a tightening race, though. How confident are you going into this election? And do you worry about overconfidence on the part of Democrats?
we're not going to take any vote for granted. Joe and I are working as hard as we can every single day, and we're talking to thousands of Americans on Zoom, whether it's on the East Coast or the West Coast. We're traveling to several states, talking to thousands of people, all different communities. And so I think we have, 80-something days left.
But who is counting, right? Dr. Biden, thank you so much. I know you're up late, up early. We really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks, Savannah.
All right. And as mentioned, Senator Harris and former President Obama are tonight's featured speakers at the Democratic National Convention, and we will have live coverage. Starts at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on NBC.